Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. A happy Sunday night. I want you to pray for me as I go into the next week that I make some kind of a breakthrough. And to understand why I need a breakthrough, we got to review the last couple of years. I was just thinking about the last 3 years, and I had three different sets of challenges in 3 years. I was working at a rather toxic job, 2023, and I really didn't have a choice to it. I had just moved to the Phoenix area, and I was working towards something bigger, but at the time, kind of a temporary job while I waited for my dream job to line up with what I thought was a good place to move. Because I moved from Seattle, cost of living crisis over there. I had made some enemies over there. I won't get into the details there. So I thought I had escaped all of that. You can think of me almost like a domestic immigrant at that point, right? I was uh, I hadn't landed the dream job yet, but I had a stepping stone job, but it was kind of toxic. And I was eventually able to leave that. And also, I started my art career. And unfortunately, in the process of doing all of that, I missed a lot of opportunities. You got to remember what my situation looked like back then. I was just starting to build the art career. I was bankrolling heavily into it, and I didn't have much of a life. Right? You guys see my recent dating expeditions. I didn't have the kind of budget to do that at the time. Right? And then I landed my dream job, and last year, 2024, would have been a banner year except for one singular event. What had happened was I got a really bad case of COVID-19 during a heat wave, and I found myself unable to take good care of myself without a partner. At this point in time, my art career was in full blast. My dream job at the Maricopa Colleges was also in full blast, but not having that life partner really pigeonholed everything. That's when I resolved to return to the dating world. I had no idea where to begin, though. And fortunately, I've run into a lot of good people who have helped me with that. And with the new year in 2025, my dating life in full swing again, I found myself lost and confused most of this year because, gotta remember, dating is very seldom a straight line from here to there. There's a lot of ups and downs during the whole journey. And a lot of times those ups and downs threw everything out the window. Right now as I speak, well, my I'm kind of under the weather, in large part because the dating stress has created all sorts of other issues, right? Sleep disturbances, eating problems, and just general unwellness, right? And also, I'm dealing with the fallout at my work too. I'm a little bit nervous about an upcoming meeting. I got a bad, mediocre, not performance review not that long ago, and my boss wants to observe another class. I'm a little bit nervous about that. This time, I'm not going to forget the day of the observation, at least. But and so I don't have a lot of things figured out, is what it is. I've been limping from one problem to the next problem to the next one to the next one for a very long time. And I want to pray that this week I come up with that one breakthrough that's going to break my situation wide open. And I don't know what it is, though. There are quite a few things that could break things open. For one thing, I could meet the right one and I could stop having this up and down dating drama. There have been times where I had a relationship where I didn't have to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, right? We all know things to be careful about when we go on our first date, right? When you're more steady, you don't have to do that, at least, right? I could also find the answer with my art career, right? I wouldn't necessarily, even if I found the answers with my art career, I was making seven figures, I might not immediately quit my job at the Maricopa Colleges, but I could be a lot less anxious about it, and I probably wouldn't forget the day of the performance review if I had things going there, right? And right now I'm trying to take advantage of the stock market dip, obviously. I don't expect that to be very much, except for just a nice bonus, right? So, just one breakthrough idea or breakthrough situation that will help break all of this wide open. That's all I'm praying for. Why don't we pray together? Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.